Welcome to another episode of Moon Monkey. On this episode, we'll be discussing Chris McKay's Lego Batman.
So, after the success of the Lego movie a couple of years ago, they've decided to give Lego Batman his own story. And this story is essentially a love story between Batman and the Joker. After catching the Joker for the 1000th time, they have a kind of heart-to-heart in which the Joker tells him that he wants to be his one villain, the one villain that he thinks of. But Batman says, "No, I've got a lot of villains. I don't really need anybody. I'm just by myself." Kind of a loner character. And so essentially the film is the Joker trying to get Batman to admit that he has some kind of relationship with the Joker and that he needs the Joker in a way. I thought the film was really clever. Even though it's a kid's film, it actually gets right to the heart of the Batman character. The fact that he's a really lonely guy, he's incredibly arrogant and narcissistic, and that he does need the Joker. This is something that's been pointed out in other comic books like The Killing Joke and other Batman films even, but this one kind of points it out in a way that they also make fun of it at the same time. Because everyone kind of knows that the Batman and Joker are two sides of the same coin, and they do need each other, and they're both just as crazy as each other, but this film kind of shows you that in a jokey way.
In a Joker way.
In a Joker way. But yeah, I thought this film was great. It had so many villains in it from the whole back history of Batman.
And of the world.
Yeah. And a great cast as well. You had Will Arnett as Batman.
Yeah.
Who did a good job with the grumbly
Will Arnett
voice.
was fantastic. Anything with Will Arnett is pretty good.
I thought it was good. Like, I've heard a lot of people, and one of the criticisms of the film, it's kind of whether the joke can sustain itself for 90 minutes or whatever the film was, because it's kind of like his shtick is pretty much the same throughout, that he's just really arrogant and thinks he's better than everyone else, and they do that joke kind of over.
Yeah,
I suppose it is a kids movie, so maybe kids they kind of would keep laughing, but I suppose maybe adults would think, oh, it's kind of tired.
I think Batman being really narcissistic works right in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I was laughing throughout. I didn't get sick of it, but that is one thing people have said, like, that, yeah, his joke is kind of the same thing all the way through, that he's just thinks he's better than everyone else.
I don't have an issue with that, because really, deep down, probably Batman does have a bit of that.
Yeah.
He's a rich man in a mansion.
But that's, I mean, I thought it worked, because it was essentially saying, like, Batman never changes. Like, he just, even though he keeps getting the opportunity to make friends and people saying, we want to work with you, we want to help you, he's just completely unwilling to accept help from other people.
Well, you said at the start it's about Batman admitting that he needs a Joker, but it was Batman admitting that he needs anyone.
Yeah.
Because he just wants to go all alone. He doesn't even want Alfred's help, he doesn't want Commissioner Gordon or Barbara Gordon or Robin, he doesn't want anyone's help.
Yeah.
That's essentially his whole thing, is admitting that he needs anyone at all, and that he can't take on the whole world.
Yeah, there were they're like his secondary characters there. You got, like, Robin, played by Michael Cera, who was really good, I thought, in it. He had some great lines. Like, everyone in it was given great lines. Pretty much every second or third line in this is a joke.
There's a lot it's humour packed.
So, Michael Cera was really good. Rosario Dawson, who played Barbara Gordon, in a role that I don't think we've really seen in any other Batman films. I don't know if it's in the comic books that she becomes commissioner, or that's a new thing that they made up for this film. But yeah, that was really interesting, because it's, even though the film did, like, a lot of new things which you haven't seen before in other Batman films. They could have just copied, like, an older story of Batman versus the Joker, but they actually changed it up a little bit and had some really new, interesting ideas in here. And very comedic ideas, such as Batman going to the Fortress of Solitude and meeting Superman. Because they even brought in the whole idea that Batman and Superman are now in the same world, the same universe. Ralph Fiennes as Alfred.
What could go wrong with that?
Was really good. That was the thing, they literally made jokes about every kind of iteration of this character, which was great. I thought it worked. If you know Batman really well, and you've seen all the films, and even read all the comic books, the jokes would have more consistency, because you would get every joke. One
of the best things about it was that they poked fun at Batman and all the previous Batman movies and all the different incarnations.
Yeah.
And they poked fun at, basically, they had a lot of cultural references. They had to go to Suicide Squad, and they had a little bit of a go at Batman Superman with the Batman Superman relationship.
Yeah.
And then they had all the other characters from, well, not all the other characters, but they had loads of DC characters, and they had different.
Yeah.
They had different.
All the Warner Brothers characters.
They had loads of, they had like
Gremlins.
They had Gremlins. I forgot about Gremlins, and they had Saruman.
Yeah.
Or Sauron. Sauron. Sorry, I didn't have Saruman.
Yeah, they had.
Where was Saruman?
They had Sauron, Voldemort.
Yeah, not played by Ralph Fiennes.
No, that was kind of weird. Yeah,
Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard was playing Voldemort.
Always
even
nice.
though Ralph Fiennes was in the movie as Alfred.
Always nice to hear Eddie Izzard.
Anyway, yeah, but it was a fantastic film for that reason, just because it had so much in it, like so many of the older characters that people love. Yeah,
really, it's a really good kids movie, and if you're an adult as well, you can totally enjoy it.
I thought it was kind of necessary as well, because for the last... Well, the thing is, Batman's always been the kind of dark character. Ever since, like, the 89 Batman, they've pretty much tried to make it dark. Joel Schumacher was, like, a little bit more comic book style. But, yeah, it's been getting progressively, like, darker or more realistic in tone, and this just completely blew that out of the water.
I don't think you can really put Lego in with the canon of different Batman movies.
But what I'm saying is, like, this movie kind of pokes
fun. It was much more lighthearted.
But especially, like, considering the last Batman we saw was Batman versus Superman, which was just... A lot of people said one of the issues there is just, like, gone too dark. I mean, he's branding people. Yeah. Like, it's just gone to the point where... people have this fantasy about Batman that it's just, like, really dark and gothic. Well, I do, often. But people have this kind of thing where it's like really dark and gothic. But this film is kind of saying, yeah, if you look at the comic books and the 60s Batman, like there's been a lot of ridiculous things throughout the years which kind of need poking fun at. And that was kind of thing. It was like worked on a meta level as well of saying like, let's have a laugh at the Batman canon because some of it is ridiculous, but people take it way too seriously and take this character way too seriously when it is essentially a man who dresses up like a bat and goes around fighting people dressed up as Jokers or Killer Crocs. Killer Croc actually got something to do in this film.
Did he? I can't even remember. He was there.
He was at the very
start. He was, yeah. On Bane, there was a couple of good Tom Hardy Bane jokes as well.
Yeah.
So it was really good animation, loads of humour. So really, I mean, I took my nephew to see the first Lego movie, and he loved it. So now they've combined both Lego and Batman. Those two favourite things. So imagine, like, as a kids movie, it's fantastic for kids. But if you're an adult and you're taking your kids, whatever, I think there's enough in there that you'll find loads of jokes about just everything.
Oh yeah,
there's so many jokes.
Yeah, that's the thing. It works like for kids or adults. Like I would definitely recommend this movie to anyone.
Yeah,
and like to anyone, and especially so if you're a big Batman fan, because like I say, you'll get more of the jokes. Like there was even some stuff in there that I didn't get that they made reference. If you don't know who characters are, like it's funny, but it would be more funny if you knew who that was and what they're referencing.
Yeah, if you like Batman, or you don't like Batman because they slag him a bit, go and see this.
Yeah, but it worked even like they actually had put a story in there and they'd put some character development in there, which was surprising. Because when you see the trailers, you might think, oh, it's just going to be a series of like gags or like short skits of Batman doing something silly. But there is actually a kind of strong story, because you have him at the beginning looking at the picture of his parents and thinking like, oh yeah, like I'm really sad because my parents died. And then the whole story is basically about, it's a very child-friendly message there about, you need friends and you need people. But I thought the story was really strong and it worked all the way through. It wasn't just a series of jokes. It like had that theme and story, which was really good. I'd highly recommend anyone to go see this film.
So remember to like and subscribe, and we'll be back on our review next time.